The desperation growing in Texas. Temperatures are finally rising, but so is outrage over absurdly high electric bills.
Texans like Scott Willoughby, who signed up for gritty energy, not knowing his rate could vary with the market. So when power supply went down from the storm, his typically $200 bill took off.
What was the damage?
$16,798, something like that.
And this was not a bill, this was withdrawn.
This was withdrawn straight from my account.
In Fort Worth, the utility company charged Ty Williams $17,000.
So we were held hostage, really, with our rate that we were working with. It was really crazy.
I'm trying to get, gas and groceries and make sure that my pipes don't explode. The last thing that I'm thinking about is a $7,000 bill from my utility company.
Wow, people. $17,000 for electricity? At that point, it's cheaper to literally burn your own money for warmth. There's probably one Amish guy on the street right now, all smug as hell seeing this story. He's eating a homemade stick of butter like, I told thou so, bitches. Because seriously, people, at $17,000, it's almost not worth having any electricity. I mean, at the very least, you're gonna have to make extremely tough choices. Do you charge grandma's oxygen machine or your PlayStation controller? Because I mean, grandma needs the oxygen to live, but you can't just stop playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla before you've united England. And I think grandma would have understood that.
Consideration of Neera Tanden to lead the Office of Management and Budget is now frankly in jeopardy after more senators have come out against her. Republicans Rob Portman of Ohio, Susan Collins of Maine, and Mitt Romney of Utah, all citing Tanden's past tweets criticizing Republicans. A Romney spokesperson called them mean tweets.
You wrote that Susan Collins is, quote, the worst, that Tom Cotton is a fraud, that vampires have more heart than Ted Cruz. You called Leader McConnell Moscow Mitch and Voldemort, and on and on. There are still 9 pages of tweets about Senator Ted Cruz, for example.
Read them! Read the tweets! Read every single one of those tweets! Look, I'm glad to see Melania's Be Best program is finally paying off, but if tweeting mean things about Ted Cruz disqualifies you from serving in government, well, there's not going to be anyone left to run the country. Even Mitch McConnell would be out in these streets like, Ted Cruz looks like Wolverine after a bad divorce. Send. I resign. It was worth it. Meh.
Meet DigiDog, the newest member of the NYPD's Technical Assistance Response Unit. Yes, a robot dog that's hounding city streets, assisting its handlers in saving lives and protecting New York's finest. DigiDog took its first steps here in the Wakefield section of the Bronx today. The four-legged robot was reportedly responding to a home invasion, climbing the stairs of an apartment here on West 227th Street.
It allows the NYPD to have eyes and ears and also talk to individuals in life-threatening situations. This allows them to use the least amount of force necessary to resolve that situation.
Wow, a robot dog? What a cool way for the police to say they have too much money and should be defunded. And this robot dog comes with tons of features. It's got cameras, it's got a microphone, it's even got an extra knife that it can plant on an unarmed body, all sorts of things.
Russian government hackers are actively trying to penetrate the grid to carry out potential attacks.
They are already in the grid. The Russians are in, the Chinese are in. The Iranians may be on the verge of getting in.
Ironically, it's our less sophisticated electric providers who may have an edge here. Rural co-ops account for 42 million people. None of these co-ops relies on the internet for the distribution of power.
That's right, people. Sometimes the less fancy something is, the more you can count on it. Like Danny DeVito. That's why when everyone is messing around with their Spotify playlists on their iPhone 12s, I'm jamming out to CDs on my old, reliable Discman.
It's been.
But those rural providers aside, America is in real trouble here. If America's electricity is hacked, that could mean hospitals lose power, the banking system collapses, Boeing planes fall out of the sky, even more than they already do. And there are so many countries already in America's grid that they're probably just arguing over who will actually get to cause the blackout.